Genesis 35 through 37. And this one's pretty loaded with stuff. And God said unto Jacob, Arise, go to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God, and where God appeared unto thee. And when thou feddest from the face of Esau thy brother. So he'd already been there. And Jacob said unto his household, to all that were with him, Put away the strange gods that are among you. Be clean, change your garments. Change your garments. Change your raiments. These garments it's an idiom throughout the Bible. You know, you show up with without the wedding garments, and it's weeping and gnashing of teeth. So it's clean garments. And let us arise and go up into Bethel, and I will make thee an altar unto God, who answered me this day in my distress, who was with me in the which way I went. And we know that Jacob, he knows that there could be a little bit of trouble here. His sons just went and killed those other people, and he's thinking the whole area of Canaan's going to rise up against him. So what does he do? He has them collect up all this the little g gods, their graven images, and he needs to get rid of them because he needs to be in right standing. Let us arise and go up into Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God. And who answered me in the day of my distress, and who is with me in the way which I went? And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. And they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. So Jacob dummies up. He gets all his people right. Yeah, because why? Because Jacob is a servant of God. So Jacob came to Luz, which is in the end of Canaan, and the Bethel, and all the people that were with him. And he built there an altar, and called the place Bethel, because there God appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried beneath Bethel under an oak, and the name was called Alanon Bakun. And God appeared unto Jacob again, and he came out of Padan and blessed him. And God said unto him, Thy name is Jacob, and thy shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel. And shall thy name be called the name Israel. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of these, and the king shall come of thy loins. And the land which I gave to Abraham, Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee I will give him the land. Okay, so every day when we read a section of this, it's talking about the covenant. This is a covenant of promise. Same covenant of promise that you're no longer supposed to be a stranger to. Out of Ephesians 2:12, you're no longer strangers to the covenants of promise. And strangers to let me just read it. Heck, I'll read it. There we go. Strangers to, let's see here. This is Ephesians 2:12. At that time ye were without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope, and without God in the world. So that's the good news, folks. It's that because of the Messiah, you are no longer strangers to the covenants of promise or to the commonwealth of Israel. You are brought nigh. All right, so here we go. And God appeared unto Jacob again out of Padan and blessed him. And God said unto him, okay, thy name is Jacob. And God went up with him with the place and he talked with him. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even the pillar of stone, which he poured out a drink offering hereon. And he poured oil thereon. And Jacob called the name of the place where God spoke with him Bethel. And they journeyed from Bethel there and but a little way to come to Ephrath. And Rachel travailed, and she had hard labor. And it came to pass when she was in hard labor that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, thou shalt have also a son. And it came to pass, as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin. And Rachel died, and was buried in the way to Ephrath, which is Bethlehem. And Jacob set a pillar upon her grave, and that pillar of Rachel's grave unto this day. And Israel journeyed and spread his tent beyond the tower of Edar. And it came to pass that when Israel dwelt in the land, that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. And the sons of Leah, Reuben, and Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Ishkar, and Zebulun. And the sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin. And the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan, Naphtali. And the sons of Zephath, Leah's handmaid, Gad, Asher. These are the sons of Jacob which were born to him in Padan-aram. And Jacob came unto Isaac his father unto Marm unto the city of Arba, which is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac sojourned. And the days of Isaac were 180 years, and Isaac gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days. And his son Esau and Jacob buried him. Now, these are the generations of Esau, who is a Edom. Esau, father of the Edomites. Esau took his wives and the daughters of Canaan, and Adah, the daughter of Elon, and the Hittite, and the Aholamath, and the daughter of Anam, and the daughter of Zebam, and the Hivite, and Bashath, the Ishmael's daughter, and sister of Naboth, Nebajoth, and Abadar, and Esau Eliphaz, and Bashameth, and Reuel, and Holomoth Jeshur, and Jamal, and Korah. These are the sons of Esau, which were born unto him in the land of Canaan. And Esau took wives and his sons and his daughters and all the persons of his house and the cattle and all the beasts and all the substance which he got in the land of Canaan, and went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob. For their riches were more than they could dwell together, and the land herein were strangers, and they could not bear them because of their cattle. Thus dwelt Esau in Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in the Mount Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, the son of Adah, and the wife of Esau; Reuel, the son of Bashemath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omir, Zapon, Gadam, and Kenaz, and Timnaz. Timnaz was a concubine to Eliphaz and Esau's son, and she bare Eliphaz Amalek. And these were the sons of Edah's wife. And these were the sons of Reuel, Namoth, Zebrab, Shebram, Mizah. And these were the sons of Bashemath and Esau's wife. And these were the sons of Holomath, the daughters of Nahath, and the daughters of Zebon. Esau's wives she bare to Esau Jaash, Jalam, and Korah. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau, and the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn of Esau, Duke Timon, Duke Omar, Zarpad, Kenaz, Duke Korah, Duke Gatam, and Duke Amalek. These are the dukes that came from Eliphaz, the land of Edom, were the sons of Adah. And these are the sons of Remuel, Esau's son, Duke Zah, Duke Shamha, Duke Mizah, and these are the dukes that came from the Reuel in the land of Edom. These are the sons of Bashmath, Esau's wife, and these are the sons of Holamah, Esau's wife, and Jehuth, and Korah. These were the dukes that came from Aholamah, the daughter of Nahah, Esau's wife. These are the sons, who? Edom, and their dukes. These are the sons of Seir, the Horite, and the inhabitant of the land of Lotan, and Shobal, and Zebon, and Neah, and Dishon, and Ezer, and Dishan, and these are the dukes of Horites, and the children of Seir in the land of Edom. And the children of Lotan were Horai and Hemam, and Lotan's sister was Timnah. And the children of Shobal were these: Alvan, Manath, Ebal. Levi, you hanging in there with all these words? All these people? Some of these names will become familiar because they end up going up against Israel when Israel comes back 450 years from hence. And the daughters of Demon, and Shemath, and Ebash, and Cheran. This is verse 27, 36, 27. And the children of Ezar are these: Behan, Zilvan, Kahan, and the daughters of Dishan are Uz and Aran. And these are the dukes that came from the Horites, and the dukes of Lotan, Duke Shohal, Beer, Zebon, and Anah. And Duke Dishon, Ezer, Duke Dishan, and these are the dukes that came from Horai among the dukes in the land of Seir. And these are the kings that reigned in the Edom before there reigned any king over the children of Israel. Okay, what does that say? These are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom before there reigned any king over the children of Israel. Okay. And Bela, the son of Beor, reigned in Edom, and the name of his city was Danah. And Bela died, and Jobab. And Zerah reigned in his stead, and Jorab died. And these, it's important to hang with it because it's Genesis 37 where we get into Joseph. Okay, so you got to get through a genealogy here. And Humram died and dead. And Bedad, who smote Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead, and the name of his city was Avanth. And Hadad died in Samah, and Ramachah, and reigned in his stead. And Samah died, and Saul of Reboth by the river reigned in his stead. And Saul died, and Bahala, son of Anchor, reigned in his stead. And Bahala, the son of Anchor, died, and Hadar reigned in his stead. And the name of the city was Peu. And the wife's name was Mehethabel, and the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezbah. And these are the names of the dukes that came from Esau according to their families, after their places, by the names of Timah, Duke Alvala, Ba, and Duke Olabaha, Holamaha, and Duke Edah, and Pinah, and the Kesna, and Duke Timan, and Duke Mibzar, and Duke Amiel, and Duke Elram. And these are the dukes of Edom, according to their habitations in the land of their possession. He is Esau, the father of the Edomites. Esau, the father of the Edomites. And Jacob dwelt in the land therein, and their father was a stranger in the land of Canaan. And these are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren, and the lad of the sons of Bela, and the sons of Zilpah, and his father's wives. Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. So Joseph goes back to dad and says, hey, my brothers are wicked. Now, Israel loved Joseph more than all his children because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. Okay, so he made him a fine garment, a raiment. Okay, so this garment thing is a big deal. We know that, we just covered that in 35. And Israel loved Joseph more than all his children. And when his brethren saw that his father loved him more than all of his brethren, they hated him, and they would not speak peaceably unto him. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told his brethren that they had hated him yet more. Yet he said to them, hear, I pray thee, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose and stood upright. Upright. His sheaf is upright. And behold, your sheaf stood round about and made obedience to my sheaf. Okay, so their sheaves made obedience to his sheaf, which his sheaf was standing upright. They're not going to want to hear about the upright. Okay, people don't want to hear about being upright. And his brethren said unto him, thou shalt indeed reign over us? Or thou shalt indeed have dominion over us? What? And they hated him even the more for his dreams and for his words. And he dreamed yet another dream, and it told his brethren, and said, behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obedience unto me. And he told his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, what is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves before you to the earth? And his brethren envied him, and his father observed the saying. But his father observed the saying. And his brethren went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. And Israel said unto Joseph, do not thy brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, here I am. And he said to him, go, I pray thee, whether it be well with thy brethren and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he sent him out of the vale of Hebron, and he came to Shechem. And a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, what seekest thou? And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed the flocks, where they feed their flocks. And the man said, they departed hence. And therefore, say them, let them go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren and found them in Dothan. And they saw him afar off. And even before they came unto him, they conspired against him to slay him. And they said to one another, behold, this dreamer cometh. And now, therefore, let us slay him, and cast him into some pit. And we will say some evil beast hath devoured him, and we shall see what we have become of his dreams. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, let us not kill him. Reuben said unto them, shed no blood, but cast him into the pit in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him of their hands, and deliver him into his father again. And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph of his coat. And he took his coat of many colors, and was on him. And they took him, and they cast him into the pit that was empty, and there was no water in it. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites from Gilead was with their camels, bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, and going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come, let us now sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him. For he is our brother and our flesh, and his brethren were content. So, Judah says, hey, we can make some shekels off this. Let's sell him. No, kill him. Let's sell him. All right. Pretty funny. And there passed a Midian merchantmen, and where they drew up and lifted Joseph out of the pit and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph unto Egypt. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. So Reuben goes to save him, and he's not there. So, And so they took Joseph's coat, and then he returned to his brethren and said, the child is not, whither he shall go. And they took Joseph's coat and killed the kid of goats and dipped the coat in the blood. And they sent the coat of many colors which they brought into their father and said, we have found found. Now, whether it be thy son's coat or no. And he said, and he knew it. And he said, it is my son's coat. An evil beast devoured him, and Joseph is without double and rent in his pieces. And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth on his loins and mourned his son for many days. And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him. But he refused to be comforted, and he said, for I will go down into the grave into my son's mourning. Thus his fathers wept for him. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt, unto Potiphar, an officer of the guard, and an officer and captain of the guard. So now we have Joseph being sold to the Egyptians. Old Potiphar, the captain of the guard. All right, and that is 38. I think it was just 35 to 37. 35, 36, and 37. So there we go. That is day 24. Okay, so we have Jacob. Jacob prophetically throughout the Bible is referred to as his servant. Jacob, my servant. Romans 11 refers to servants of God as Jacob. Okay, there's a theme throughout the Bible. This Jacob. Okay, and he changes his name to Israel. So now we have Joseph in Egypt. And that's where we're going to see the story where it's going to talk about Judah. It's going to talk about Joseph and talk about Judah and talk about Joseph. So that's where we're going in Genesis from the days in the coming days. All right, guys, and I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.